In this video, we will review how to get started on the Canvas gradebook. Before jumping right into Canvas, let's review some important grading details. The most important detail is that your assignments and grades are linked. This means your gradebook columns are directly populated from your assignments area. Remember, assignments are anything with a point value, so regardless of where you built that particular activity, it will reflect in the assignments area collectively within Canvas. Additionally, assignment groups are essential to your gradebook management and how students view and navigate your gradebook. Grading schemes are also extremely helpful to students to showcase and display a letter grade associated with the percentage they hold in your class. Okay, let's jump right in. So, like I mentioned, assignments is where we will navigate to in order to start managing our gradebook. Now, as you can see, I am currently in a Canvas course. I've selected assignments and I have some already embedded. This means that I've copied or imported assignments from a previous class, and now I have created two groups, or what Canvas calls two assignment groups, in my assignments area. You could clearly see one is titled Assignments, and it indicates there's no assignments in this group, and the other one indicates Imported Assignments. Assignment groups are essentially dedicated categories in which you organize activities in. And you don't always have to use them, but they're really helpful for you if you need to weigh your gradebook, or if you need to add a particular rule to a category. For example, dropping the lowest score for a quiz, but keeping the exam scores within that same category. Groups allow for these types of features. Okay, so now that we know we have these two groups, I could either do one of two things. I could put everything in a single group, and if I do this, all I have to do is toggle over to the three-dot menu on the right-hand side, and rename my group. So I've done that here, and I could toggle again to that three-dot menu and simply delete the other existing group. Now everything is just all under assignments. If I would like to add assignment groups, meaning I need these categories, I can simply toggle over to the plus group button and start adding my titles for those particular assignment groups. Perfect. Now that I've created all of my assignment groups, I could toggle over to the three-dot menu per each assignment item and then use the navigation on the right-hand side to move each activity or assignment into my desired group. Now that I have moved some of my assignments, let's review the edit feature within the assignment group itself. I'm going to click on the three-dot menu for that group and select edit. I could then either rename my group if I wanted, and here is where I could either ignore certain scores or select to never drop a certain score. So for example, here I'm going to add a rule, and you could see I'm going to be dropping the lowest score for this particular group. This will showcase toward the top right corner of that particular group. Now, to add assignment weights, which we discussed earlier, I would select the three-dot menu on the right corner next to plus assignment group and select assignment group weights. Now, I would check that off, and I can then start adding my percentages per group. This also displays on the right-hand corner of that particular group. Now, in my case, I'm going to uncheck it and I won't be moving forward in that way, but if that is something you desire, you can then check that. A really great thing before we toggle over into the grades area If you are ever struggling trying to edit assignment dates, there is a feature in Canvas that allows you to bulk edit your assignment dates, or at least at a glance see all of your assignment dates in a single place for all of your assignments. So this feature is also available in the same drop-down menu where you would find the Edit Assignment Group Weights. It's right above that. Awesome, so now let's go into our actual gradebook. Let's see what we've done. So when you select grades, it takes you to an overview of your gradebook, and it gives you all these columns of assignments you have in your assignments area. So this includes unpublished assignments, and as you can see, you could toggle to not view unpublished assignments. Those could get a little cluttered. And every column in this area has a 3-dot menu associated with it. This menu represents the setting for that particular assignment, and you are able to launch a variety of tools from within here, including the Speed Grader or the Message Students Who feature. Additionally, in this overview, over to the right-hand corner, there's a gear icon that expands the gradebook settings overall. And there is a late policy we recommend you enable, and it is checking off to automatically apply a grade for missing submissions. And the grade would be a 0%, meaning if a student is missing an assignment, it would then automatically assign them a 0-point value. This is extremely helpful for students because in their grade view, they will truly see a 0 versus a dash, not realizing that they may be missing points in your course. So let's actually take a look at what students will be seeing when they go to the grades area in your course. They get a particular view, and you could view this also by utilizing the student view option. It creates a test student in your course, and you could assign that test student grades, etc., and essentially view things as a student. When I select student view, I am able to then go in. It creates a pink border around your student view, and then you could leave it at any time. But in this view, I can then see my assignments, and it kind of ties everything in together. We talked about assignment groups, and this is why this is really important. Students get to see your assignment groups and how they're doing per category. So if you have something called imported assignments, they will see that as a group. So that's why I mentioned earlier, either keep everything within assignments or actually have dedicated groups, because students get to see that and see an associated percentage. The very last thing we will review is how you actually get to display a letter grade to your students in the grades area, and also how you get to see an associated letter grade in the final grades column within your gradebook. You start by selecting settings from your side navigation on the left-hand side of your course, and you scroll over and ensure that your Enable Course Grading Scheme checkbox is checked, and then you could edit your grading scheme. So here by default, this is what Canvas gives you. If you go ahead and select the pencil icon, you could then start editing and removing as you see fit, or whatever fits with your syllabi, and then make sure you select to save and continue to scroll even within the settings area to update your course settings. That's pretty much a quick overview and getting started with your gradebook. Now, these are the 4 main points that we kind of started with, which is essentially you need to start the management of your gradebook within your assignments area. Then you could set some gradebook settings. We highly encourage you to use the student view and also enable a grading scheme.